If you want to go from missing easy shots to greening insane shots like this every game, then you clicked on the right video. Today, you'll be learning the best shooting tips to turn you into a comp player, and not only that, but I'm also going to be giving you the best jump shots for every height. Before we get into it, I would really appreciate it if you could like the video and subscribe to the channel, but without further ado, let's get straight into the video. One thing you can do that will pretty much guarantee that you will never miss a shot is looking at your cue when you shoot. Depending on what shot cue you have, jump, set point, push, or release, that will determine the point in which you release your shot. Me personally, I always go in the middle of push and release, as I feel like that's the sweet spot. When I time my shots with the cue in the middle of push and release, I always release my shot whenever the ball is at its peak, or in other words, when the ball is at the top of my head. This is with my personal jump shot though, and it will vary depending on what jump shot you're using. And if y'all want my personal jump shot, aka the best jump shot in the entire game, wait until the end of the video where I will be giving you the best jump shot for every height and rating. Next, we're going to talk about something that is huge when it comes to giving you a boost in your shooting, and that is rhythm shooting, also known as shooting with the stick. Rhythm shooting gives you a significant boost whenever you use this opposed to shooting with the button. It was also proven that there is less RNG in shooting with the stick. To successfully do a rhythm shot, first you hold the right stick down, and whenever you would normally release your shot with the button, you want to flick up on the right stick. This will take a while to learn. Trust me, I'm speaking from experience. It took me a while to get it fully down, but once you master it, you will notice a difference in your shot consistency immediately. Now, if y'all really want to change the way that you shoot the basketball, listen closely to this part of the video. We're about to get into some tips that are proven to give you a bigger green window. If you pair this with everything I already talked about, there will be no stopping you. First, you need to make sure you're getting both your hot zones and your lethal zones. You can check your hot zones and lethal zones right here on your 2K card, and if you do not see purple and red zones there, then you are really holding yourself back. You get hot zones just by making shots in game. The fastest way to get hot zones is playing my career on rookie mode and just shooting over the AI. Lethal zones give you the biggest boost possible, and you can only get them one way: by beating Lethal Shooter in his shooting workouts. But as you can see right here, I actually need to get my lethal zones myself. So if you also need to get lethal zones, follow exactly what I'm gonna do. To get your lethal zones, you wanna go to this spot right here on the map, the Art of Shooting Gym. As you can see, it is right here on the map, right above the Gatorade training facility. But once you get here, you wanna go right here, it says Art of Shooting, and you just want to go ahead and walk in here. Is that a legend one? Yo. But once you go in here, you want to go up to Lethal Shooter. He has a yellow badge above his head. You want to skip this cutscene, and then you are going to be able to pick 3 different workouts: 1 zone 1 week, 2 zones 2 weeks, and 3 zones 3 weeks. Now the difference in these workouts is pretty big. So 1 zone 1 week is going to be the easiest. This one's going to be in the medium, and then this one right here is going to be the hardest one. This one's actually pretty tough to do. Now I usually do this one, but for the video's sake, I'm going to do this one just to show y'all how easy it is. You will get 3 lethals if you do the hardest one, but just keep in mind, especially if you're newer at the game, this one is pretty tough to do. Like I said, I recommend y'all do 2 zones 2 weeks. That is exactly what we're going to do. And whenever you pick whichever one that you want to do, it may be the 3 zones, maybe 1 zone, and it may be the 2 zones, which is what I did. You want to pick any 2 spots on the court to get a lethal zone. I usually do 3-point center and then 3-point left center, or if I'm doing all 3, I do 3-point left, 3-point center, and 3-point right. And then once you pick your zones, you want to hit Y on Xbox or triangle on PlayStation, and it is going to put you in a drill. As you can see, it says zone boosted. Once you see zone boosted at the top of your screen, you're going to know you passed that zone. And we just got zone boosted for our 2nd zone as well. It's very simple. I was honestly shooting pretty bad, I'm not even gonna lie, and I still passed the zones. And as you can see, I just got 2 lethal zones for doing that workout. Like I said, lethal zones are going to give you a huge boost in your green window. Make sure you are getting those. The next tip to improve your shooting is going to be to practice your shot in the my court. You can find your my court on the map right here, and then once you go in here, you basically have like your own little personal house where you have your own court to play on. Once you walk over to this court, you're going to be able to pick up a ball and practice your shot. And honestly, I would prioritize doing this in the my court over playing online whenever you first get the game. It's not really going to boost your green window per se, but it's going to give you a way better feel for your shot, which is something that every comp player has for their shot. Now, I'm sure a lot of y'all don't really want to come to the my court to practice your shot. I mean, that's very normal. If you don't, Sure, you can go right to online and just practice your shot online, but like you're gonna have a really rough few games. Another thing you want to do if you want to shoot a lot better on NBA 2K25 is going to be to play with teammates who have a high dimer on their build. Now, as you can see, I have the dimer badge pulled up on screen, and what this badge does, the higher you have it, the bigger boost a teammate gets off of your pass whenever they're shooting the ball. Now, me personally, I do not have a high dimer because the way I play on this build, I play with centers who cannot shoot the ball. They can only dunk the ball, so I don't need a high dimer. But if you're playing with someone who can shoot the ball on your team, if you have a high dimer on your build, that will help them. And also, if you're shooting off of someone else's passes and they have a high dimer, that's going to help you a lot. The higher dimer you have, the bigger boost you get. Make sure you are playing with teammates who have a high dimer on their build. Another thing that is really going to help you when it comes to shooting the ball in NBA 2K25 is going to be to buy jump shot boosts. You can buy these right here on this screen. You go to progression, then you go to get boosts. What jump shot boosts are going to do, they are going to give you a boost in your green window, which in return is going to help you shoot a lot better. For a 10 pack of jump shot boosts, it is 1500 VC. Not super cheap, but whenever you consider you're going to shoot a lot better after buying them, in my opinion, it is worth the investment. Another thing that is also really going to help you is going to be to buy Gatorade. Now, this won't directly boost your green window like the jump shot ones do, but Gatorade is going to give you more stamina, and whenever you have more stamina, you get a bigger green window on your shots. I would recommend buying these if you go to like stage or something like that. That's when I would buy these. If you're playing like park, you don't really need them. Next, I want to talk about the best shooting badges that are going to help you shoot a lot better. Now, if you have a 99 3-point rating on your build like I do, you can honestly skip this part because you're going to get every single legend shooting badge anyway. But if you have a lower 3-point rating than 99, then you want to watch this part of the video. So the most important badge, in my opinion, is going to be Legend Deadeye. What this badge is going to do, it is going to minimize contests, and it's going to allow you to make a lot more contested shots, which if y'all know anything about the contest system, it's a little flawed at times, and having Legend Deadeye is really going to help you hit some crazy shots. The next best badge I would say is probably Shifty Shooter. If you have this badge on something like Legend, you're going to be able to shoot insane fades like from the 3-point line. And then you of course want to prioritize limitless range. This badge isn't super important this year, which is kind of crazy to say, but it does help to be able to pull from deeper than usual. I would probably prioritize Shifty Shooter and Deadeye before limitless, and then kind of tied for last place, I would say Mini Marksman and Set Shot. Mini Marksman, I would probably say, is better than Set Shot Specialist. Don't get me wrong, Set Shot does help a lot, but these badges before it are a lot better. If you're a Spotup though, Set Shot Specialist is probably the best badge. Now, the reason I just told you all about the best badges is because what you want to do on those badges, you want to put a max +1 on those. What a max +1 is going to do, it is going to allow you to put a badge above its previous tier. So let's say your highest Deadeye you can get is Hall of Fame. With a max +1 tier 1, you're going to be able to put that Deadeye to Legend without even being able to get it. So yeah, I would prioritize getting those shooting badges as high as you can possible in the same order that I said them. Next, we're gonna get into some ways that you can get rid of RNG in shooting. RNG, if y'all don't already know, stands for random number generator, and what that means for shooting is that some shots will randomly miss depending on what random number you get out of the random number generator for shots. One way you can reset the RNG is taking a shot from a different area. Let's say you shoot 2 3-pointers in a row and make both of them. Your RNG for that third 3-point shot in a row is going to be really high. So instead of shooting another 3, instead shoot either a mid-range or a layup. I know it sounds crazy, but whenever you shoot from either of those 2 zones, your RNG is going to reset. Even if you miss from there, it's still going to be reset. Another thing that can impact your RNG is your 3-point rating. If you have a 99 3-point rating, you of course will be impacted the least by the RNG since you have the highest 3-point rating possible. But if you have a lower 3-point rating than a 99, you will be impacted more by the RNG since you don't have as many badges or anything like that. To combat this, I recommend either making a new build with a 99 3-point rating, cap breaking your 3-point to the highest 3-point rating you can get it to, or max +1ing a shooting badge to Legend on your current build. Doing those things will minimize the amount of RNG you will get for a lower 3-point rating. Next, we're gonna go ahead and get into the best jump shot for every single height and 3-point rating. But before we do so, I would really appreciate it if you could like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm about to get y'all right with these jump shots. I mean, no matter what your height is, no matter what your 3-point rating is, you will be able to get one of these jump shots. And it did take a while to find out all of this, so if you could like the video and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into the first jump shot, which is for low 3-point 6-foot or 5'9" through 6'4" builds. So for the base, you want to go with Trey Jones, upper release 1 Oscar Robertson, upper release 2 Trey Mann, and then for the Q you want to go with push. For the release speed you want to go max, and then for the blending you want to go 70-30. This right here is a low 3-point 5'9" through 6'4" build jump shot. If you can't get an 83 plus 3-point on a 5'9" or on a 6'4" or shorter guard, then I'm not gonna lie, you're not really gonna be able to find too many jump shots. This is really the best thing you're gonna get. This right here is the jump shot you want to equip if you can't get the next jump shot I'm gonna talk about. The next jump shot I'm gonna talk about after this is the best possible 5'9" through 6'4" jump shot. But anyways, we're not talking about that jump shot right now. We're talking about this one. So for the base, you want to go with Cameron Thomas, upper release 1 Oscar Robertson, upper release 2 Colin Sexton. For the visual cue, you want to go in the middle of push and release. For the release speed, you want to go 3 out of 4. And then for the blending, you want to go 52-48. This jump shot right here is chicken. It would honestly be my favorite jump shot in the game if it wasn't for the next shot. Now, getting into the best jump shot for 5'9" through 6'4" builds, I'm telling you right now, this shot will change the way y'all play small guard. Anyways, getting into the base, you want to go with Patty Mills base. Upper release 1, you want to go Oscar Robertson. Upper release 2, Colin Sexton. For the visual cue, you want to go in the middle of push and release. For the release speed, you want to go 3 out of 4. And then for the animation blending, you want to go 52-48. Now, if you cannot see Patrick Mills base, that is because this base is locked at starter for rep. And if you can't get it, I recommend rewinding the video and equipping the last jump shot that I just showed. It's not as good as this shot right here, but it will get you by. Once you hit starter 4 though, equip this jump shot. Trust me, y'all will thank me later. Going ahead and getting into the next height, which is 6'5" through 6'9" builds. And this right here is a low 3-point 6'5" through 6'9" build jump shot. For the base, you want to go with J.R. Smith, upper release 1 Sadiq Bey, upper release 2 Lamar Odom, and then for the cue, you want to go push. For the release speed, you want to go 4 out of 4, and then for the animation blending, you want to go 68-32. Now this shot right here isn't super good. It's kind of a low 3-point jump shot, but it gets the job done. Next, we're going to go ahead and get into a high 3-point spot up jump shot for 6'5" through 6'9" builds. So for the base, you want to go Matt Ryan, upper release 1 Oscar Robertson, upper release 2 Kyle Korver. For the blend or for the visual cue, you want to go push. For the release speed, 4 out of 4, and then for the blending, 36-64. You do need an 86 plus 3 or mid-range to get this shot. If you have like an 85 plus or something like that, I would recommend playing with the blending until it goes to an 85. Like I think if you put it up, you can get it to an 85. I just put the blending to 2377 and got it to an 85. But if you can get the first version, which is this one, do this. And finally, getting into the best jump shot for tall guard builds, aka 6'5" through 6'9" builds. For the base, you want to go Jarrett Culver, upper release 1 Oscar Robertson, upper release 2 Sadiq Bey. For the visual cue, you want to go push. For the release speed, 3 out of 4, and then for the blending, 45-55. I've been using Jarrett Culver base since really the game came out, and it hasn't disappointed. And finally, getting into the best jump shot for 6'10" through 7'3" builds. I'm only going to go over one jump shot for this because this right here is the only jump shot you need. For the base, you want to go with Dwight Powell. Release 1, you want to go Baluba. Release 2, you want to go Charles Bassey. And then for the visual cue, you want to go push. Release speed, you want to go 4 out of 4. And then animation blending, you want to go 42-58. I know some people like to use Jonathan Isaac. Me personally, I'm not really a huge fan of Jonathan Isaac. I feel like Dwight Powell is a better base. You probably have to mess with the blending a little bit if you want to get Jonathan Isaac. Jonathan Isaac is another good base, but me personally, I say you gotta rock with Dwight Powell. Now that y'all have the best jump shots for every height, one more thing that I recommend y'all do is put your shot timing profile to high risk reward. I know some of y'all might want to use normal risk or low risk because y'all want to be able to make whites, but whenever you use these settings, it gives you a way smaller green window, which is not what you want. If you use high risk, you will not be able to make whites, but you are going to get the biggest green window possible, which is going to let you make contested shots. It's going to let you make, of course, wide open shots at a way higher rate. Make sure you put on high risk reward. You will thank me later. Now, this video did take a long time to put together, so if you could like the video and subscribe to the channel, I would really appreciate it. And if y'all want to create the best guard build in NBA 2K25 for yourself, click the video on screen. I literally went on a 124 game win streak with that build. I know it sounds like clickbait, but I'm not joking. It was a literal 124 game win streak. Click that video to make that build for yourself.